What's up, everybody? This is Real Ball Talk. Co-host Trey Abear. I'm alongside my other co-hosts, Brett Ashley and Webb Watkins, and we're with our special guest for today's episode, Matthew Azordegan, otherwise known as Big Matt. And
What's up, everybody?
It's Sunday. It's Sunday, May 3rd, and we are going to be talking about the return of baseball. So, boys, right off the bat, what do y'all have to say about it?
Obviously, I hope it returns soon, but I feel like the most reasonable return for practice would be sometime in June, and then you still have to give the players some sort of spring training. So, I mean, it'll be at least 2 months, I feel like, before we have a game of MLB baseball.
Yeah, and I don't really know if we're going to have, if they're going to even have fans in the games. Because, I mean, that just defeats the purpose of what we're doing right now.
That's a great point.
That's a great point, man.
But baseball without fans just takes away so much. Half the game to me is just playing in front of people, and the whole atmosphere of baseball games. It would suck if there was just no one there. I mean, it's been done before. There was that Orioles game.
That game sucked.
That was a funny game, though. But, I mean,
Yeah, that's what it's awkward.
We'll get what we get.
Yeah, so I'm not the biggest MLB guy, so I'm gonna let the guys kind of take over this show. But we as juniors in high school, our baseball season was canceled after 10 games, and it was really devastating and disappointing. And we are all just really bored and wanting to get back on the baseball field.
Yeah, life without sports is really weird. I feel like this is the first spring I've had in maybe 14 years that I haven't been playing baseball every 3 days. And I'm not a fan of it, if I'm being honest with you.
Is anybody?
I hope not. But let's go ahead and get into our predictions for the upcoming season, if that's all right with y'all.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it.
All right, so let's start with the AL East. I feel like this one's a no-brainer for the division winner and then the second-best team. I feel like the Yankees have consistently been one of the best teams in baseball the past few years, and I feel like they'll win this division by, probably 10 games at least.
Yeah,
I agree. I think the Rays' rotation can maybe keep them close, but their offense just doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just get – Yankees, clear best team there. Rays, clear best, second best team there. Let me just get into a quick talking point here. Everybody, including a few of my colleagues here, are talking about the Blue Jays being better than the Red Sox. Now, neither of these teams are going to make the playoffs. Who cares? I care. That's who cares. So let me say something. Blue Jays, if you think the Blue Jays are better than the Red Sox, get out of here. Just get out.
Look.
No.
It's not about the better roster. It's about who's gonna develop more as a ball club.
I'm completely aware of this. But, okay, you're talking what? Everybody's high on the Blue Jays because they got these 3 hot young prospects. One of these prospects, one of them has proven that they can be a consistent, good player at the MLB level. That's Bo Bichette. Vladdy, I know he's so much fun to watch, but he strikes out about 5 times a game.
Bo Bichette's cold.
Bo Bichette is good.
And excuse me. Kevin Biggio got called up and just crapped the bed. I mean, what was that? and then everyone's like, oh, but now they got pitching. Now they got Hyunjin Ryu. Well, guess what? Hyunjin Ryu's going to have – he's not going to pitch to a Cy Young caliber every single season. He's going to have no help. They're going to have no pitching, like always. It's the Blue Jays. It's going to be at least 2 more years before the Blue Jays are in wild card contention, better than the Red Sox.
Webb, I'm glad you brought up pitching, but yeah, sure, the Blue Jays have a young, explosive offense, and their pitching is going to struggle. But on the other side, are the Red Sox? Is their pitching going to be any more credible?
Well, they both have bad pitching, but it doesn't matter when. It matters less for the Red Sox when they still have 2 MVP caliber, really 3 MVP caliber players that hit 300 last year in Xander Bogaerts Jose Ramirez, not Jose Ramirez,
Rafael
excuse me,
Devers.
Rafael Devers and JD Martinez. These are three guys that hit 300 with over 30 home runs last year. And you're telling me the Blue Jays, with a bunch of young, hot prospects that haven't played a full season in the league, are going to be better than them with the same amount of little pitching? It's just blasphemous in my mind.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like both ball clubs are very similar this year because neither really have good pitching, in my opinion, because with Chris Sale, Tommy Johning, and, I mean, that's just a big blow to them. And, I mean, they have what's his name, Eduardo
Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's a pretty good pitcher. I like him. But, I mean, I just don't think he'll be able to carry the team pitching-wise. And I feel like you brought up a good point when they have Xander Bogaerts, JD Martinez, and Rafael Devers. Those are three really good players that had great seasons last year. But, I mean, Blue Jays are in the same kind of boat. They just have three players who they kind of rely on. And outside of those three players for the Red Sox, I don't think they're that good.
Well, I'm just saying, like, this is such a minute point, and we don't need to spend any more time on this than what we've already spent on this. I'm just saying, when you got excuse me.
Sorry.
When you've got two teams with bad pitching, what team are you going to go with? The team with very little hitting or the team with all-stars all over the field?
I think very little hitting is a little rude. I would say that they have mediocre hitting.
Okay. Bo Bichette's the only one of those two that hit 300. And Vladdy only hit.
Well, the game isn't really about hitting 300 anymore.
No, I'm saying I understand that, but Vladdy, this big home run hitter, he hit 15 home runs last year or something?
Hey, hold on, Webb.
Uh-oh.
Would you take Michael Chap? I'm sorry, Rafael Devers or Vlad Jr. for your team for the future? Pick
I'd
one.
take Rafael Devers.
I think I would agree.
Man,
with
I don't know.
Rafael Devers literally does it all. He's a big dude, but he still is a good fielder. And then he hits for average. He hits for power. He gets a crap ton of RBIs all year. Vladdy has shown that he can hit for power, but then he's also shown that he can strike out at just about every at bat. I think if anyone was up to bat and had a 3-0 count, and I would put money on them to go up there and strike out somehow, it'd be Vladdy Jr. He swings and whiffs at so many balls. I'm going with the player that's proven himself to be an all-star and to put up MVP-like numbers.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, who you got coming in third in the AL East? Blue Jays or Red Sox?
I'm gonna go with Webb here. I'm gonna take the Red Sox.
I don't really have a strong opinion on this, but
I trust everybody besides Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts, and JD Martinez more than the three on the Blue Jays. Because guys like Jackie Bradley Jr., Michael Chavis.
Well, with the Red Sox being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how big of a mistake was it them trading Mookie Betts?
I think it was a good thing, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Because you go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead.
Well, Mookie Betts just wanted. I mean, he wanted Bryce Harper, Manny Machado money, and Mookie Betts is a fantastic ball player, but he didn't have the best season last year to back it up. 2018, he had an insane year, won MVP. But, I mean, he's just asking for too much money that the Red Sox just couldn't pay him.
Yeah, I mean, whether he's deserving of that money or not, if you're a team and you don't have that money to give, and then, like, if I'm the Red Sox, like, let's say I am the Red Sox, and I'm not going to give all my money to Mookie Betts and just, like, give up on developing other players and signing other players and signing any pitching. I mean, you can't put your whole team on hold for one player. And, I mean, they're still talented enough to win without him. And so I think it's not a terrible move. It's not a great move, but, I mean, it's not as frowned upon. I mean, I don't think it should be as frowned upon as it is necessarily, I guess.
Yeah.
But let's get into real business.
The
Orioles are probably going to win the league, to win the division. The Orioles have showed extreme promise. John Means is going to go with a 1.3 ERA this year.
Jesus. I think
Orioles are going to win the division.
I think Orioles will be a lot better this year than they were last year.
But they still come in last.
They'll still come in last, but a recent development might halt my statement with Trey Mancini has recently put out a statement saying that he has colon cancer.
Wow.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, it
Oh,
came out
yeah,
a few
I heard
days
about that.
ago. So I mean I think he was their best player. So
He was easily their best player.
that'll really put a halt in their hope for the season.
I mean,
Well-
there's their whole offense right there. It's gone.
Basically,
Is
That's their
the
whole offense.
is the consensus Yankees winning and Rays coming second and get a wild card?
I think Rays will
Yes.
have a wild card team.
Yeah, I really like the Rays. They're young and their pitching rotation's really good. It's Snell,
got a good
Glasnow,
bullpen.
and Morton, and
I think Out of
Austin
those-
Meadows. Austin Meadows is really good in the outfield.
yeah,
So
for sure. I think out of those three, even though you have two really big names in Charlie Morton and Blake Snell, I think Glasnow will have the best season this year. Out of the three.
I agree. That dude's really good. And
Plus, they got a good bullpen.
They do have a good bullpen.
The Pirates traded him and Meadows to the Rays for Chris Archer, and Chris Archer
sucks.
is a joke.
Chris Archer sucks.
So let's go to the AL West. You know, everyone's talking about the Astros. Astros this, Astros that, Astros cheating.
I mean,
Against all odds, I think the Astros still win the division, and they win it relatively easily.
They win it so easily. There's just like no. I mean, there's competition, but I mean, there's not that much competition. I mean, what you got the Rangers. The
Rangers, they suck.
You know, the Athletics will find a way to probably make the playoffs because they do every.
They
win,
always
like,
do, man.
98
It's
games.
crazy.
Bob Melvin, it might be the best coach. in the
Monday-
league. He takes
Moneyball
a
is
team-
real.
he takes a team with like no like significant stars except Matt Chapman, and they just win 90 games every year.
well, I mean, I think one problem with the A's is when you say there's no significant stars. I think they have a lot of stars. They're just all kind of like overlooked.
Yeah,
I mean,
Matt
Matt Chapman's
Yeah.
a star.
Marcus Simeon had a hell of a year last year, and Matt Olson's one of the most underrated first basemen in the league. I mean, he breaks.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not a star. He's not. No one's putting him out as a star.
I know, but it's like you say that, but then if you look back at their stats, they actually had really good years, and you're like, wow, this team did way better than everyone actually thought.
Yeah, I'm saying you know what? I'm saying at face value. I'm not saying like.
I get that.
God,
They got Gold Glovers everywhere.
Their
Ramon,
outfield's so good.
yeah,
Ramon Laureano might have the best arm in MLB history.
he is so
Yeah.
good.
He's
Oh my
throwing
gosh.
guys out of first base from the freaking center field wall. He's a unit.
And Matt Chapman is like giving Arenado a run for his money for best third baseman in baseball right now.
I would completely disagree with that statement.
I think-
Can we talk about that? I think Arenado is the best third baseman in the league.
I think
that was-
Arenado might be the best player in the league.
Yeah.
but-
so what is this blasphemy?
but
that
he,
Chapman's
like,
giving
did-
him
did
you're saying Chapman's the
defensively.
best player? No, timeout. You're saying
Defensively,
Chap- Defensively, but you didn't say that the first time.
That's blasphemous, Trey.
I
Chapman
think
is amazing
Matt
defensively.
Chapman is giving Arenado a run for his
Okay.
money for best defensive third baseman in baseball right now.
Thank you
I
for
think-
fixing your
I
argument.
still think Nolan Arenado is a better defensive third baseman, and then Nolan Arenado is a way better hitter.
Yeah,
Nolan-
no doubt.
He's almost a guaranteed Hall of Famer already.
Yeah, he is gifted with the bat.
He's
And
one of
with
the,
the
he's
glove.
one of like the 5 players right now in the league where you're like, this guy's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, so Athletics in second in the playoffs. Hats off to Billy Bean, vice president of the Athletics. Dude just does an incredible job. So let's talk about the Angels now. Are y'all bought into all the Angels hype with Rendon, Trout, and what's the Japanese guy's name? Ohtani. Yeah,
I'll go ahead and start out. I think they'll finish third this year,
I agree.
but I feel like it might happen in the next 2 or 3 years because once the Astros players their contracts all start ending and they start asking for boatloads of money, you're going to see the Astros kind of fall apart, I feel like. And then it's going to be a dogfight for the top of the AL West.
I'm just
I
really
want to
not.
buy into them, but
Go ahead, Matt.
it just, even though they get great players every single offseason, like Rendon this year, like they get old players like Josh Hamilton, Albert Pujols, who just do nothing over there.
Yeah.
So I
that is
just-
true.
I don't trust them.
Okay, and I'm just not bought into the Shohei Ohtani show yet. I mean, this guy, as of right now, is like the AJ Green of baseball. Like, this guy just hasn't played any.
I mean, he's played
No.
2 years. You can't put that label on him
He's played. He's just been injured. He Tommy John. I mean, what do you expect?
I mean,
It's
but
not
the
like he has
dude just
turf
hasn't.
toe and he's sitting out a whole season, Trey.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
true.
completely different arguments.
But
how can you not love Ohtani? Ohtani's so much fun.
I'm just not bought into the hype train yet. I don't think he can hold down a pitching rotation by himself.
I'm not like one of those guys who's like, oh, this guy's the next Babe Ruth. Look at him. He can hit home runs and he can pitch Cy Young level. No. At some point, he's going to choose one thing to do because, first off, he's had Tommy John. I feel like he'll probably end up just being a hitter after a couple of years. But I think he's still a great hitter. I mean, he hits nukes.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a weird stance.
His swing is really good.
He makes it happen.
But I do agree with Trey on one thing that the Angels do not have at all that the Astros have and the A's kind of have is a rotation of any sort.
Yeah.
The Angels
if their
rotation if the Angels ace is Julio Teheran,
exactly,
you have a problem.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
bad.
huge hole
It's bad.
in the organization. That's a huge hole in the organization.
Julio Teheran was the Braves 5, and I mean he sucked.
He pitched to like a 4.1 ERA every year as an ace.
And that's just bad baseball.
So the two bottom teams for me are clearly the Rangers and the Mariners. The Mariners, in my opinion, just have one of the worst rosters in baseball right now.
The Rangers are easily the worst in the division.
The Rangers, I think will improve a little bit, but still, I don't see them. I see them coming in third
Rangers,
at best.
Yeah, they've got good pitching. I mean, they picked up Corey Kluber, and then Mike Minor's not bad. That other guy, kind of fat guy, pretty
Vance
good.
Lynn or something like that.
Yeah, Lance Lynn, pretty solid. Solid option there. But I mean, they don't. I mean, aside from Joey Gallo, they don't have much in the lineup.
That's their one problem. I feel like they just don't have any.
Their lineup is old. I mean, Elvis Andrus has been around since. I mean, he was their leadoff guy in 2008, I think.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Hey, but he was pretty good in 2008, though. Let's give him that due.
So, yeah, I just think the Mariners are terrible. They could make a run for the worst team in baseball this year.
I don't know if I can name a single player on the Mariners.
What's his name? They have one guy who stole like 50 bases last year, but I can't remember his name.
Malik Smith.
Yeah, Malik Smith.
That's the one guy, though.
What a beast.
All right, so we all have our opinions on the West. Let's hit the Central real quick. This is one of the more controversial
Twins
division from our friend group because Trey is all for the Twins, but Webb's on the White Sox.
Oh, man, that's crazy talk.
Look. The Twins are going to win the division. I owned up to that. But I'm telling y'all, you got to watch out for this White Sox team, man.
Yeah. I think the Indians could possibly
I like
completely fall apart.
Man, they're built for the future, man. They got some young talent that's eye-popping.
I'm going to be honest with you. The Twins are going to win the division, and no other team from the division is going to make the wild card. So
the thing is,
the White Sox might have a chance, maybe. But I think the Rays. I think the AL playoff picture is going to be the exact same. I think it's going to be Twins, Yankees, Astros, Athletics, and then Rays. Yeah.
I think the Athletics and White Sox might have a little duel off there for that final wild card spot.
Yeah, I definitely can see the White Sox turning up because I really do like their young roster, and they got some boys who can hit over there.
I'm a big fan of Tim Anderson.
I think
me too.
Led the league in batting average.
Yeah.
That bat flip where it's like a freaking spear.
I mean, he went to where'd he go to?
East Central Community College. Yeah, in Decatur.
How can you
You
not
gotta love that.
But then I think pitching might be a little bit of a question mark for him.
Here's the thing with the Twins, if I may, real quick. Everybody's super high on the Twins, and look, yeah, they're a good team.
They rake.
I understand that, but the thing is, last year the baseball was like a freaking like wiffle ball last year. I mean, people were just smacking it. Like, it was just messed up, and like they owned up to it. Like whoever made the Rawlings messed up the balls. Like they made them easy. Like they juiced them up. They didn't mean to, but it was something they did. I mean, they make it different every year basically. And last year, a little too much juice on them. So I mean, when a team is so reliant on home runs to get wins, like they are, it's got to come down once the ball is less jackable.
Well, I also think. I mean, yeah, their hitting is really, really solid. I like Miguel Sano, but I also like Jose Barrios. I think this dude is
Oh, yeah.
setting himself up to be an elite pitcher in the American League for years to come.
One guy I really like is Mitch Garver.
He's a solid catcher.
Solid catcher, hit 31 bombs last year. I mean, if a catcher's hitting like that,
That's good.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
What do y'all think? Do y'all like Miguel Sano?
I
I like
mean,
Miguel Sano. Yeah, I think he's primed for a good season this year.
yeah, they got Sano, they got Nelson Cruz.
The
Jorge
thing is,
Polanco.
Nelson Cruz is about
Polanco.
45 years.
Yeah, I know, but he rakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
41
Nelson Cruz
bombs
is
last year.
I think he's gonna have a way down year. I think this is the beginning of the end for
Me
Nelson
too.
Cruz. He is 70 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
He is not gonna hit 40 home runs next year.
Definitely.
The ball's not gonna be juiced. There's gonna be. I think there will be growing pains. You know, it's weird to say growing pains. It's a team that won 100 games last year, so maybe that's not the right phrasing. Definitely not the right phrasing. It's fine. Interrupt me. It's I don't care.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Uh,
It's fine.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Webb.
Yeah, thanks. As I was saying, and then Josh Donaldson's so streaky. I like Josh Donaldson. Obviously, he's a great player, but he's so
Bringer of
streaky.
rain.
When he's not when he hits, like when he's in a hot streak, he goes like 15 for 18. But when he's cold, he goes like 0 for 15. So I mean, you know, you're gonna get what you're gonna get there. And maybe if he goes cold and the team goes cold, there's a lot of losses there.
That's a big factor. Another thing I like about the Twins, though, I really like their rotation. Like Trey said, I love me some Jose Barrios. That guy, I think he's one of the up-and-coming stars. Also, Jake
Odorizzi.
Odorizzi. I think he's another really good pitcher they got over there. And I also
Not a bad option right there.
I love their bullpen, you know. Sergio Romo, Trevor May,
Yeah.
Taylor Rogers.
So my all-stars from the Twins are Barrios, Sergio Romo, Miguel Sano, Jorge Polanco, and believe it or not, I got Byron Buxton going off this year being an all-star.
You must have lost your mind the past couple of weeks, Trey.
This guy's been hitting his weight for a little bit, but
You think?
yeah, no, he's
What is
had
it,
some
140?
he's had some real issues at the plate, but I think that this guy is going to come around, and if he stays healthy, his presence in center field is unreal.
If I'm going to be honest with you, Byron Buxton's just another Billy Hamilton, Trey.
No, this guy going to be an all-star in 2020.
Hey, let me tell you something, Trey. Trey, let me tell you something. Trey.
Go ahead.
You are so wrong about that.
That's just a wrong statement.
I think Byron Buxton. Okay, let's run through the outfielders, all-stars in the AL. Okay, so I got Byron Buxton, Twins, Joey Gallo,
Blasphemous.
Rangers,
Blasphemous.
Aaron Judge,
No.
Yankees, Austin Meadows, Rays, George
You trying?
Springer, Astros.
Hey, what are you
Mike
on,
Trout.
man?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout?
Yeah,
Is blind?
it's in alphabetical. I'm getting there. George
What is it,
Springer,
250?
Astros. Mike.
Maybe let us know that before you start listing them off in the
That's
first order.
that's how you list it off to begin with.
You list them off by depth chart. You go, who are the starters?
I don't
That's
think
not really how the all-star team selection works.
Guess what? That's how it works here. This is
Okay.
real ball talk.
Okay.
This is real ball, baby.
Alphabetical.
What is this,
Benintendi.
Bush League? I don't think
Alphabetical.
so.
Alphabetical. Benintendi, Buxton, Gallo, Jacoby Jones, Aaron Judge, Austin Meadows, Whit Merrifield, George Springer, Mike Trout.
Whit Merrifield plays second base.
Also an
Whit
outfielder.
Merrifield's a utility. He'll play where he needs to play.
Utility. And
Whit
keep in
Merrifield.
mind, someone for every team has to make it. So he's my representative from the Royals.
Oh, I still think he still had an all-star season last year, though. He balled out.
I'd say for the Royals, you better watch out for Alberto Mondesi.
Dude, he's cold. I love me some Adalberto Mondesi.
He's a pretty solid player.
It's either
Also
going to be
Jorge-
Whit
also
Merrifield
Jorge
or
Soler.
Salvador Perez.
Salvador Perez is washed out.
Also, Jorge Soler rakes.
It's going to be Jorge Soler. It could be two, obviously.
Jorge
Jorge Soler had
Soler.
49 home runs last year.
Jorge Soler is kind of like a Vladdy, though, in my opinion.
But he
Doesn't
had
have-
49 home runs, not 15.
Doesn't have great contact, but he rakes. And I think we can all agree that the Detroit Tigers might be the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, the representative for me is Jacoby Jones, but it could also be John Maines.
John Means plays for the
Orioles
Orioles.
plays for the
Oh,
Orioles.
that's my bad. Yeah, my representative for them is
Matthew Boyd might get
Jacoby
a-
Jones.
Matthew Boyd's okay, lefty.
He had a 4.33 ERA last year.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, if you look at everyone else,
Get
they
out
had
of here.
what?
Get out of here.
Jordan Zimmerman went 1-13 with a 6.91.
You know what? I like that. I like
If
that.
you look at their rotation, everyone besides Matthew Boyd went 3-17, 3-13, 1-13. Jesus Christ.
So let's go through projected AL awards.
Let's do it.
I went through all of these. So American League MVP, it's hard to deny Mike Trout. And let's talk about that for a second. Do you think it's possible right now that Mike Trout is very well on his way to becoming the GOAT of baseball?
Oh, hands down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd already have him in my opinion, he's already a top 20 player all time. This
guy's
kid,
unreal.
This guy, I don't know if he's ever going to have a bad season. I mean, he
hasn't missed an All-Star game.
Hasn't missed an All-Star game. He'll probably play to age 50 and still be an All-Star by then. The guy is a monster.
He's easily the best player in our generation, but I don't know if I can call him the GOAT yet, you know?
Well, I mean...
Well, he's still, 28, 29? He's 28, right?
No, I think he's 29.
Yeah.
But the GOAT talk is like, it's so hard for baseball.
It is hard.
You can't compare Babe Ruth to someone now.
You can, and Mike Trout's better.
Because let's all be honest here. If the people who are playing
he's 28
in the 1920s were playing now, what would they hit? 100? I mean,
I don't know about that, man.
We don't know.
There's just no way to know.
Because also,
some people claim that Sandy Koufax threw like 107 miles an hour. There's just
people claim Nolan Ryan threw.
Nolan Ryan,
Nolan Ryan did throw 100.
There's just no way we can know some of this stuff. But on a side note, Michael Jordan's a GOAT.
We don't talk about that.
We'll save that for another podcast.
Just Last Dance airing tonight. Just want to throw it out there.
All right,
I think Scottie Pippen's the GOAT, but I mean, say what you will, Trey.
All right. Enough talk. Let's hit the NL now.
All right.
Oh wait,
we're not going to run through the rest of the awards.
Oh yeah, we can.
Okay, so American League Cy Young. I just went with the favorites. I'm not saying these guys are engraved in stone or anything, but I went Garrett Cole Yankees. I just think this guy looks good in the pinstripes, and I think he's going to have a good season if he stays healthy. AL Rookie of the Year, I went Casey Mize, Detroit Tigers. I just think this guy's the number one prospect for the Tigers right now. The Tigers are desperate, looking for some help. I think this guy is going to, when he's called up, is going to answer the bell, and he's going to have a really good season in Detroit. And then, go ahead.
Wait, was there another one?
Yeah, Manager of the Year.
Oh, yeah. You got it.
The most important award.
Yeah, I went Kevin Cash, Tampa Bay Rays. I think they can make a run in the AL playoffs.
All right, so MVP, I feel like it's just unanimous Trout because there's really no way you can say anyone else. Cy Young, Garrett Cole's questionable. I mean, he had an amazing year last year, but I mean, it's not easy.
Who won it last year? Who won it last year?
Verlander.
Again?
Verlander.
Wow.
Yeah, he did.
It's not easy to be a Yankee, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to win the Cy Young when you're with Kate Upton, dude. Like you bet.
That is great. That logic is so good. I mean, that's
like
amazing logic.
you better win the Cy Young if your wife is Kate Upton.
Great
I feel like the three Cy Young favorites are probably Cole, Verlander, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm a big fan of Shane Bieber.
Oh my, that's more of a dark horse pick.
Hey,
I'm
man.
a big watch out for Corey Kluber this year kind of guy.
I was also going to say that, but he's also kind of old now.
You know what? He didn't play last year, but the year before that, had like a sub-3 ERA. Watch out for
Why did he
this
not
man.
play last year? Did he get injured?
No, he just sat out the year.
Oh, he did?
No, he was hurt.
I thought he got out. I like also I think Mike Clevenger's really good, but he's like made of glass.
Made it go last.
I like me some Blake Snow.
I agree, Matt.
He's nasty.
Yeah, this dude's good.
Blake Snow is good, but he got injured a lot. He was injured most of the year last year, so you can't really It's really
Yeah,
hard
so
to
is-
it's
so is
really hard
Glasnow.
to predict how somebody. Oh shit! What are you saying?
So let's go ahead and go to the NL.
Wait. First off.
Okay.
I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to give my rookie of the year real quick.
Go ahead.
I think it'll be Luis Robert from the White Sox. He's the center field number one. Or is he the number one prospect in baseball? Or is it the guy from the Rays?
No, it's the guy from the Rays.
All right, whatever. Get him out of here. It's gonna be Luis Robert from the White Sox. The guy is built like a freaking tank,
Um,
and he's fast.
yeah, he is fast. I think two other possible rookie of the years are Joe Adele, outfielder for the Angels. I feel like he's been one of the top 5 prospects for the last 3 years or something like that. I don't know why he hasn't been called up yet. And then Adley Rutschman, one of the hottest prospects in the game right now.
Yeah. All right, so
I'd say
we good to we
NL.
good to move on to the NL.
For sure. I feel like this is a lot.
So y'all were giving me some hell about the NL Central. So I've got the Brewers winning the division, man, and I just like the Brewers. They're scrappy. They seem to just play good ball. They've played good ball ever since Yelich made a name for himself as one of the top dogs in the league. So I like the Brewers winning the NL Central.
My pet peeve with the NL Central in general is, I mean, no one made any offseason moves, I feel like. It's just kind of been a standstill over there. So,
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Except the Reds. Reds did
Yeah, the
so
Reds.
much.
you think the Reds are gonna win the Central?
It's a
Oh.
possibility.
That's crazy, Matt.
No.
I
Uh,
could
I don't
definitely see that.
It's definitely the Brewers. The question is who comes in second.
I think the Cardinals come in second,
Oh,
and I think,
mm.
the Cardinals are gonna find ways to win games,
Yeah, the Cardinals are scrappy.
and then
They got swept. They got swept.
wow,
by the,
they got swept in the playoffs. They made
made
the
it to the-
playoffs, and they won
made
a
it to the
series in the
NLCS.
playoffs. Get out of here! They made the
The-
NLCS, and you're saying
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
have a chance of making the playoffs?
They have a chance, but these guys. I mean, Ozuna's gone, and these guys are gonna underperform, in my opinion.
I think you're gonna underperform, in my opinion.
Oh my goodness, Webb, that was
Uh-huh.
crazy.
I think
the
Paul
Cardinals-
Goldschmidt had a low year this year.
That's a big fact.
Due for a
man.
bounce back.
Well, here's the reason: the Cubs suck.
Yeah, they do. So
They have. Well, John Lester is 90 years old. Kyle Hendricks is 90 years old,
They still play baseball.
and then
Oh,
the
man,
Reds-
out of here.
the Reds aren't going to be as good as everyone says. They haven't had any time to practice together. There's not going to. I guess it doesn't matter much in baseball. To be honest with you, but they're not going to play as well. And the Pirates might be the worst organization in baseball.
yeah,
Hard suck.
their front office might be the worst front office in all of sports. It's terrible.
I think the Cardinals are going to be better than the Brewers because of pitching. Because the Brewers' only good starting pitcher, in my opinion, is Brandon Woodruff.
They just got
Yeah,
to make Josh Hader a starter. Bring
I
him in
mean,
here. He'll go
honestly,
He'll go
dude.
9 scoreless every game,
He'll go 9 scoreless, throws fastballs only.
and they'll mix in a slider or two.
Dude,
You'll have Tommy John at the end of the year.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
he will.
watch it. What about Jordan Hicks? What about that guy?
Jordan Hicks.
he has no control.
Yeah, get him out of here, Jordan Hicks. Come on,
But
he's
I
gonna
mean,
come back
I-
going 98.
he throws an 103-mile-an-hour sinker, though. So
Has no
still
idea where it's
disgusting.
going.
Not anymore. He's gonna come back with. He's gotten Tommy John. He's gonna come back with throwing 98. He can't throw whatever you just said.
I mean-
It's the Brewers to lose.
It is
It's
for
the
sure.
It's the Cardinals to lose after them though.
I could see the Reds coming in second, but for whatever reason, I'm just not huge on the Cubs. But for whatever reason, they seem to do a lot better than I think they would do.
They did
So,
really well last year, in my opinion.
I mean, I have them coming in second.
I think y'all are
Reds
sleeping
third.
on the Reds rotation, though.
No,
Luis
it's good.
Castillo,
It's good, Matt.
Lorenzen, Sonny Gray, Bauer.
No,
You know
it's
what?
good.
You know what? I'm not a big fan of Trevor Bauer.
Is
Why not?
anybody? He's not
He's
cool.
he's a terrible person.
But he's a nerd, and I
Hey.
love it.
He's a bad person. he's a complete head case. Who takes the ball and throws it over the center field wall? I've never seen. What is that? Get him out of here.
Yeah, I mean, they did. They shipped him off after that. But one person I like is Sonny Gray.
I do too.
Have you ever heard
Yeah.
him talk? He's from
Oh yeah.
from like Nashville, and he actually sounds like he's like a mix of country and. I mean, it's like he doesn't sound like you would expect him to sound. It's really funny. It's 'cause
I
he
heard it on the
played-
podcast.
Yeah, with
CC
Trevor
Smith,
Bauer.
yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Mm.
But it's because he played in New York, I feel like, and he got a funny accent. I like the Reds more than I like the Cubs this year.
Yeah,
Me too.
I do too.
Honestly.
But like I said, they just always seem to do better than I anticipate.
I mean, they were 2 games over 500 or 3 games over 500 last year, so they didn't do great for a team that won the World Series 3 or 4 years ago.
That team is completely dissolved.
Dexter Fowler sucks.
He's he plays for the Cardinals. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate him. They paid him way too much money to hit like 160.
His weight, yeah. And so NL East consensus Braves, in my opinion. I think they win, and I think it's gonna be. I really hope their pitching comes along, because if it doesn't, you're just gonna see another early playoff exit for the Braves.
I'll come in here. Excuse me. Yeah, Braves.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely the most competitive division in baseball.
Absolutely.
I agree.
No doubt about that. You got 3 teams, maybe
4
even
teams.
maybe even 4, in my opinion.
Mets rotation is
The-
disgusting.
I'm
the
all
Mets-
about the Mets, Matt.
Whoa,
Yeah, the Mets
no.
rotation is really good, and it seems like they finally have like some talented players to help out that rotation. The Nationals obviously are going to be really good, but they're going to take a step back. Obviously,
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
I think everything went right for the Nationals last year.
For sure.
They lost Anthony Rendon.
That was a
Took step back.
crazy run, man.
It
It
really
was.
was. And then
Yeah.
the Phillies.
I hate the Phillies.
I mean, who doesn't hate the Phillies? Get them out of here.
I just hate Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper's overrated. Hits about 230. Doesn't matter if he hits 35 home runs. Who's there to help him? Reese Hoskins. I like Reese Hoskins.
I like
what,
him.
What about after that? Odubel Herrera,
I hate him.
Gene Segura.
I like Ramuto, though.
Yeah,
A
Real
36-year-old
good.
Andrew McCutcheon.
Real Muta's the best catcher in baseball.
And
No doubt about
also the doppelganger of Jack Hurkett,
Who?
Who?
JT Real Muto. Have y'all never
Yeah,
noticed that?
Yeah, our listeners, you know who Jack Hurkett is. You'll get that reference. You'll get that reference.
I mean, but Jack Hurkett's way skinnier than Ramuto is.
Jack Hurkett is a friend of ours.
Good buddy of mine.
New York Mets. I mean, when we talked about this the first time, I think Webb was really low on the Mets, and I can understand why you would be low on the Mets, considering they've had loaded rosters in the past and have underperformed, but they've also had some loaded rosters, and they made a run to the World Series a few years back, and they've been in the NLCS. So, I mean, I like the Mets here. I think they're going to come in second and have a wild card berth.
I think you're losing your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
They'll finish third.
No.
Because, yeah.
Over who?
They will. Behind the Nationals and Braves.
For sure.
The
No,
Nationals are
Syndergaard.
not.
The Nationals have
the Nationals
two
are
best
not.
pitchers in that stop. The
The-
Nationals have the 2 best pitchers in that division. Scherzer's a Hall
Whoa,
of Famer.
whoa.
Jacob
whoa.
DeGrom, slow your roll.
Oh, yeah.
DeGrom is
I forgot.
superior to
Calm down,
Strasburg
calm down.
and
I
maybe
know.
Scherzer.
Yeah, he's better than both of them. But I'm saying after DeGrom, Scherzer's a Hall of Famer. Strasburg's amazing. And they also have a loaded lineup.
No, they don't.
Mets have,
The
yes, they do.
the Nationals, besides Juan Soto, what firepower in
Okay,
Washington is
They
there
have a
right
pretty
now?
scrappy lineup. Trey Turner, Adam Eaton, Juan
Don't
Soto.
say
Dude,
Adam Eaton.
do not
Victor
bring
Robles.
Adam Eaton.
Victor
into that.
Robles.
Robles. Y'all don't even say his name right.
You know what, Trey? Get out of here.
Trey,
The Mets have Jeff McNeil and Pete Alonso. And who cares if they got Jake DeGrom and Marcus Stroman? Noah Syndergaard's out for the year.
Yeah, they
They're not
don't
gonna
need
finish-
him.
they're
He's
not
the
gonna
most.
finish
He's
second.
overrated, anyways.
They blow it every year. Every year they're gonna win the division.
They
They're
don't
gonna
blow
make the
it
World
every
Series.
year.
They blow it. If you're tapped to win the division every year and you go on to finish third or fourth every year, you don't consider that blowing it?
These dudes were going on insane runs in 2014, 15.
Too bad it's not
16.
2014 anymore. It's a completely different team.
I'm saying that this roster is gonna do some damage, and there's no way that these guys are not gonna come in second.
You
I
lost
don't-
your mind. You've
I
lost
just-
your mind.
I just think Jacob DeGrom's the only consistent.
The
pitcher,
bullpen, Edwin Diaz, Dylan Betances.
Who had a
Where is
dynamite year
Familia?
last year?
Where is Familia? DeGrom, Stroman, Porcello, Wacha in the rotation. Wilson Ramos behind the plate. Pete Alonso at first. Cano at second. McNeil at third. Rosario at
Those
short.
90 years old.
And Nimmo and Conforto in the outfield. It's all you need to be a successful ball club.
Until I see them do something to prove us right, they are not getting second place in my projections. Every single year. I'm so sick of the Mets getting tapped as the division winners and the NL East.
I'm not saying they're gonna win.
I'm just saying I don't even think they're going to make the playoffs.
I could agree with.
So
Webb.
who's the second? So who are your
So
NL? Who are
if
your
you make me
NL
say
wild
that one more-
cards? Who are your NL wild cards?
Nationals.
And
1 second.
Nationals and someone from the Central, either the.
no, man.
Maybe
You
even the
can't-
Diamondbacks make
Dude,
a run at it.
no, you cannot tell me those teams are better than the Mets, dude. The Mets got super hot the last half of the season last year.
So did the Nationals.
In the playoffs.
Losing Syndergaard is really concerning, though.
Yeah, I know because I feel like
No,
he,
it's not. He's
Yes,
overrated.
it is, dude. He throws diesel.
He's
Trey,
overrated.
Trey, you need
It's-
to take a nap, Trey.
It's not like this is the first time we've seen Syndergaard miss time. This dude's hurt all the time.
Get out of here.
I think you're making blasphemous claims right now, Trey. I think the division will be merely the exact same as it was last year.
Well, so
You
my overall playoffs postseason seeding for the National League: Dodgers, Braves, Brewers, Mets, Nats.
I think when you bring up what Matthew was saying, losing Syndergaard is a big concern to me, and I feel like going back to Webb's point, I'm kind of a fan of the Diamondbacks. I've kind of grown tired of the Dodgers reigning superior.
Well, the Dodgers.
Well, you can be
are
tired
gonna-
of it, but it's not going to change.
Yeah, they're
And
easily
so-
the best team, maybe in the MLB.
I'd like to see the Diamondbacks make a wild card push and see what they can do.
Mm,
If I'm being honest with you,
I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
You said it yourself. You don't
So-
know baseball that well, so.
I don't know MLB that well, but I know enough.
MLB is
Brett,
not-
who do,
that's-
who
that's
Brett,
debatable.
Brett, who do you like in Arizona?
Which of the Martes is there?
Cattell.
Cattell. I
Cattell.
like him. I don't really like Bumgarner that much. If I'm being honest with you, I think he's old and washed up. I don't think he'll add that
Yeah,
much.
I don't
to their
think that
roster.
trade was that good.
I'm a big
Um,
Mad Bomb guy.
I like David Peralta. Oh, they got Starling Marte too. When they get him?
Remember when he was like an MVP candidate and then he got popped for PEDs and
Yeah.
suspended the whole season?
I don't think Cole Calhoun's that good. He never really impressed me with the Angels, but he's always been like a mediocre outfielder with a pretty okay bat.
And he's got a terrible bat. He's got a good arm.
Oh, I don't remember him that
So
well. He's kinda-
run
he's kinda fat.
through your playoff seeding, your postseason seedings for the NL.
Well, the Dodgers will have the best record in the NL.
Yeah.
Braves will be the 2, and then they'll play either the Brewers or the Cardinals in the NLDS again. Wild card, I think wild card is a big toss-up this year for the NL. I feel like it could go any way in the NL East. It's going to be at least one team from the NL East, and then it all depends on how the Cardinals do and the Brewers do, because I don't think the Cubs have a chance. Reds, big questionable, but wild card.
Matt, who you got?
I'm gonna agree with the Dodgers and Braves at 1-2, and I think it's gonna be Cardinals, Nationals, and I'll take the Mets actually.
There you go.
Just-
there we go.
I just think
I'm high on the
I like
Mets.
them adding Stroman.
Wait.
like it.
So the Brewers don't make the playoffs?
I could see the Brewers not making the playoffs.
I can't see that.
You can't see him making it, Matt?
Especially, I just think that Yelich does so much for them. And if for some reason he has a down year or he just gets hurt, then it's all going down.
Yeah, because when Yelich got injured at the when did he get injured? With like 15 games left in the season.
Yeah.
He messed up his back. I mean, at that point, I was like, it's over for the Brewers. Who else are they going to rely on? Orlando Arcia, whatever his name is.
Yeah. The guy was playing for the Biloxi Shuckers a few years back.
Sick.
Biloxi Shuckers are cold.
The Biloxi Indians, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Colt Keith, wish that guy the best.
Get out of here. We don't need to talk about high school baseball.
Wish that guy the best.
I just could see I could see an easy scenario the Brewers don't make the playoffs, because if Yelich gets hurt from carrying the team, they're going down the tank.
Yeah, now that I think about it, the Cardinals might win that division.
I think they
But
will.
I think the Brewers would still make a wild card, though.
That's crazy talk.
I mean, you got Yelich and then Grandal left. Who they have?
It's always been a close division.
But Yelich you don't need anybody else.
That's not
But what
true.
if Yelich
That's not
gets
how
injured?
baseball works. You can't rely on one player.
It's
He's
been-
not gonna hit every game.
It worked.
Just look at the
It worked
Angels.
2 years ago when they went to the World Series or the NLCS.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're talking about. Get out of here.
Right.
It
MLB
worked 2 years
baseball
ago.
is nothing like high school baseball. You can't have one player carry him to the state championship.
I'm just saying that there's no way the Brewers don't make the playoffs.
I could see a scenario they don't.
I see a scenario. I don't see a scenario where they don't, but I can see them making it as a wild card. I'm just saying, there's definitely a world where they don't win the division.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You've got Yelich, you've got Brandon Woodruff, you've got Josh Hader, and then you've got no one else.
That's all you need.
That's not how big. Oh my
Sorry,
God, Trey!
I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit right now,
That's all you need.
live on air.
Who's the Brewers ace again?
Brandon Woodruff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's about it. One team I do like. Well, not one team I do like. One player I do like that makes me like a team a little bit. I love me some Fernando Tatis Jr.
I agree.
Yeah,
He's
he's
electric.
good. So the Padres,
I think the Padres will definitely have a better year this year than they did last year.
yeah, I agree. I think they come up a little bit, but it's just won't quite be good enough to make it.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I don't like Manny Machado. He's kind of a –
He sucks.
I don't think he sucks. He just
No, I just mean like he's as a person.
– oh, yeah, he's a dick. We can all admit that, but he is good with the bat. I think we can all admit that statement. The Rockies feel bad for Arenado over there, man.
Yeah.
Arenado's
get out of
going
there.
to spend his whole career in Colorado.
So Webb, before we wrap up, give us your postseason seeding for the NL.
Okay. Dodgers 1. They're the best team in baseball this year. Braves 2. Nice team right there. And then 3. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm undecided because I really don't know who's gonna win the Central. I
You
just
got to
don't know.
pick one.
Fine. You know what? Screw it. Cardinals. They're gonna win it.
Wrong.
They're going to win it, and then it's gonna be the Nationals, and it's gonna be the Brewers. And there you go.
Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable.
So, do the Mets at least come close?
Yeah, Mets come close, but guess what? They don't make it.
Yeah. All right, let's do. Y'all want to do awards real quick? I mean,
Let's go for it. Let's do it.
I think. I mean, I'm biased. MVP this year it's just gonna have to be Ronald Acuna Jr.
Christian Yelich, you're out of your mind, man. A healthy Christian Yelich will win the MVP for the next 5 years.
That's the
That's not
problem,
true.
Trey. That's the problem.
Look, I think Christian Yelich. I agree. I think Christian Yelich won the MVP this year, but you can't say someone's going to win the MVP for the next 5 years. There's not.
The dude will be the favorite to win it for the next 5 years if he stays relatively healthy.
But he's not Mike Trout. You can't put that kind of praise on him.
You put a big word in there, healthy. You have to look at the fact that Christian Yelich is the heart and soul of the Brewers, and if he gives out like he did last year, his body broke down on him, guess who's not going to win the MVP? Christian Yelich. You know why Ronald Acuna's not in the same boat? Because he has players around him. So he doesn't have to carry the team every night, every game of the year. Simple.
Ronald Acuna is going to go 60-60 this year. 60 home runs, 60 stolen bases.
And then Cody Bellinger, I mean, he hits bombs, but after the first month of baseball, he hit like 230. I think he's a little overrated, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I'm going to take Acuna too. Even with a healthy Yelich, I like
God,
Acuna.
Matthew, you are so smart.
Okay, Cy Young, DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom or Scherzer.
Yeah, but a dark horse, Jack Flaherty.
Get out.
Yeah, seriously.
I know. Flaherty's good, but he's not going to win the Cy Young.
Rookie of the year, Gavin Lux for the Dodgers.
I mean,
Sure,
there's not many hot prospects in the national, not as many in the National League.
dude, Webb, what are you talking about? Christian Pache.
Look, we can all talk about the Braves as much as we want. I'm trying to be unbiased here.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to be unbiased here.
And Coach of the Year, Luis Rojas, New York Mets.
Hey, it's pronounced Rojas. Get out of here.
New York Mets.
Okay, first
I
off,
hate you.
first rule of Spanish: a J is pronounced with the sound.
Okay,
I
this
feel
isn't
like-
this isn't school. This is
Guess what?
real ball
if you
talk.
pronounce Rojas, you need to seriously educate yourself, son.
New York Mets.
I feel like whichever wild card team that didn't make it last year, their manager will be manager of the year, because the MLB is like, they had a bad year last year, but they had a good one this year. There you go.
I think Dave Roberts is going to win manager of the year this year because I think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series.
I mean, you might
Though
have to get
aren't the awards decided before the World Series?
No,
The Dodgers are going to win the World Series.
they're not. But they say MLB says that they don't choose based off of postseason performance, but they definitely do.
Well, if they would have done that, I would have given the MVP to Rendon.
Well, then I guess you're just losing your mind a little bit.
I mean, Rendon had an amazing postseason, Trey, but his season was not.
What? No, he still hit above. He hit 330.
He was? Oh, no,
Yes,
he was.
Brett.
I guess you are right.
The dude hit 330. It was
He hit
absolute.
330
It was
last year?
absolute, dude. He absolutely exploded.
What a beast! I don't think Bellinger. should
Rice
have won
Owls
either.
alum. Give him the title.
I think Christian Yelich should have won the MVP last year. I think Cody
What's on?
Bellinger winning it was fluked.
Yeah.
Who are y'all's World Series picks?
I don't really have a strong opinion. It's too early.
Bias Braves, but reality Dodgers.
I'm gonna go Yankees, Dodgers, and Dodgers are gonna
Yeah,
win.
I
The
was gonna say that
Yankees,
too.
the Yankees
Dodgers,
should have
but
made it last year.
I
but
think
they
the
didn't.
Yankees are going to win.
I don't want to see the Yankees win because I'm just not a pinstripe guy. If I'm being honest with you.
You know, honestly, we might see it this year. We might see. This is a hot take, understandable, but we might see an Orioles Marlins World Series this year.
Okay. All right, we're gonna wrap up there.
The Yankees just should have been in the World Series for the past 3 years. So I kind of feel bad for them, but it'll be the Dodgers. Most reasonably, it'll be the Dodgers or the Yankees. I feel like who will win the World Series. The Astros will still make the ALCS though.
All right, so everyone got their World Series picks in.
that we
You
just
do?
talked about. I mean,
Yeah. So with that being said, Brett, go ahead and close it out.
All right, guys. Well, that'll wrap up. What is it? Season 1, episode 4 of Real Ball Talk. Thank you, Matthew, for joining us today.
Thanks, Matt. We
Attaboy,
appreciate it.
Having
Matt.
me on.
No problemo.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up today. Hope everybody has a good day.